Let me take you down, 'cause I'm going to strawberry fields. Nothing is real, especially when you're on psychedelic drugs. Hi, fans of high quality entertainment. I hope nobody's left yet. I won't sing anymore, I promise. So, a few years ago, I did a top 10 Beatles psychedelic songs, and I thought I would revisit this idea. And I have changed it a little bit. There are certain songs, from watching other videos and, just online, people's lists. There are certain songs I thought, I never even considered that a psychedelic song. And now I can, kind of see why it was kind of thought as psychedelic. And the Beatles did, I made a list of almost, I think, 20 songs. And so, like I said, it's just a top 12. And these are listed not by how psychedelic they are. I could have done it that way, but just how much I love the song. And yeah, I really gravitate towards these more psychedelic songs. And not that, in the 60s, I wasn't doing drugs. No, I was just, so yeah, I was like nine years old when Sergeant Pepper came out. So I wasn't smoking pot or anything, believe it or not. Occasionally these days, I do have a little tomato soup at night while I listen to music, but it is legal in Canada, like I've always said. And so some of the songs that did not make the top 12, which I think are psychedelic, you might disagree, but I'll find out for sure. Rain, of course. She Said, Within You, Without You. Yellow Submarine. That's one song I never really considered psychedelic, but of course there's the pretty psychedelic movie, Yellow Submarine, and it is kind of psychedelic. Across the Universe, especially for the lyrics. Blue Jay Way. Helter Skelter, another song I never really thought was psychedelic. I just thought of it as a great hard rock song. But the ending where it fades in and comes back in, and I think that's pretty psychedelic. And I'm Only Sleeping. All of these are great songs. So let's start my list so the viewers can start complaining in the comment section below. Now, of course, number 12, Revolution 9. Some people will even say that's not a Beatles song. It's not a song. And I always argue, when anybody talks about the Beatles' White Album, and if you ask them how many songs Ron Abbey wrote, they don't say 29, they say 30. I consider it a song. It's just very hard to dance to. And of course, some of those songs I already showed, like Rain and other ones, are much better than Revolution 9, even though I love Revolution 9. But I still consider it more psychedelic than the ones shown. It's just crazy. And when it came out in 1968, I was 10 years old, and I just remember me and my brothers thinking, what the heck is this? And it's not like we hated it. We were just kind of flabbergasted, I guess. And after 3 or 4 listens, I actually got to enjoy it. I know some people hate it, and I understand that, but I think it's a very trippy song. So it's number 12. Number 11. Blue Jay Way. Yeah, it's got that kind of druggy, slowed down effect. And I know some Beatles fans aren't a fan of this song. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorites, but still, it's the Beatles, and I do love the song. There's just like 200 other songs I love more. And yeah, it's number 11. Number 10. Yeah, this is another song I don't think was on my original list from a few years ago. But it is pretty trippy, being for the benefit of Mr. Kite, based, of course, on that poster that John saw, and he basically almost wrote the lyrics from that poster. And it's from Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. The whole album, except for maybe When I'm 64, is, pretty psychedelic, I would say. Now I get to say number 9, number 9, number 9. That always makes people laugh. Number 9 is Flying. Especially the the extended version that's in the movie, but even the one that's on Magical Mystery Tour, even though it's pretty short, it's under, I think, 3 minutes. And I love this song. I feel it's one of the Beatles' most underrated songs, even though, they kind of sing, but they kind of don't. There's no real lyrics, just, la, 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 la. But I love the melody, and it is pretty trippy. Yeah, I would love anybody's thoughts on this particular song in the comment section below. Are you a fan of this track or song? Because I am. Number 8. Yeah, Fixing a Hole. The lyrics are very psychedelic, and it's a Paul song. I wanted to include Paul. I think on the list I did years ago, I don't think there was even one song with Paul on the vocals, and he did a small handful of pretty psychedelic songs, or he co-sung with John, like on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And I love Fixing a Hole. Speaking of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, yeah. I still remember being 9 years old, having Sgt. Pepper listening to it for the very first time, the gatefold, and back in the day, except for maybe Help, most albums didn't have a gatefold, and they never had the lyrics. And so, reading along, and I was freaking out, man, with those lyrics. Yeah, it's such a great song by John and Paul. It's number 7. Number 6. Well, once again, it's kind of similar to Flying. Only a Northern Song, I feel, is very underrated. I do understand why some Beatles fans don't care for it. It kind of drags, and the way George sings it. But I just love George's vocals on it. It's like he's bored. And I don't know. The song just works for me with the lyric content, and it does sound like a druggy kind of a song. Number 5. Oh, It's All Too Much, man. Yeah. Once again, from the Yellow Submarine movie and soundtrack. And I've even read, some Beatles fans don't like this song, and I've always loved it. The first time I heard it, and it's number 5. Number 4. I Am the Walrus, yeah, from Magical Mystery Tour. That whole movie is pretty psychedelic. The spaghetti scene with John, and the I Am the Walrus part. And yeah, I think it would be actually my fourth. No, maybe not. I don't know. But it would be my top 10 favorite Beatles songs. And 3, 2, and 1 are not going to be too much of a surprise. Number 3, Strawberry Fields Forever. Probably, well, I wouldn't say the first, but one of the first great psychedelic songs, and especially the video for it. And number 2, Tomorrow Never Knows. Possibly one of the first, that's what I was thinking. That might be the first psychedelic song. At least it was for the Beatles, I think, Yeah, so number 2. And number 1. No surprise. I think I had this at number 1 on my last video I did on this. Yeah, A Day in the Life from Sgt. Pepper. My favorite song of all time. And, the orchestra, the way it builds and builds and builds. So many times when not every time, but a lot of the times when I listen to that song on headphones, the hairs on my arms stick up, and it's just amazing. So that's my choice for the Beatles' best psychedelic song. Let me know if you agree and what you would include, or maybe there's some other songs I never even thought of. I was even thinking, My Name, look up the number. I don't know if that's psychedelic or it's just crazy. But I did think of that one, which I love. So thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye.